Let's have our conversation on charcoal art now, and just look behind me. What you see was done by a human being, actually, and I don't know how he did it, but he'll tell us. Kendall Nkrumah is joining me with more. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is one of your paintings.
Yeah.
Who's that? Is it Bob Marley?
That's Bob Marley, yeah.
Okay. So how do you do it?
How do I do it?
You take a paper and a pen?
I take a charcoal paper. You know, I use charcoal paper for what I do. So that, and then I break charcoal and I smudge my...
As a normal charcoal?
As a normal charcoal, not what we have over here. Okay, what I have is willow charcoal, and then that comes from the willow tree, and then you have vine charcoal too from the vine tree, you know. I know that it looks really like what we have over here, but I'm sure it's treated in such a way that it can be able to do what I do, you know. So I just apply it, and then I erase some parts which are light, sorry, and then after a while you just see this. I mean, it's me actually picking and adding and picking and adding until you get to...
How long did it take you to put this piece together?
This particular one didn't take a long time, because whilst I was doing it, I was really inspired, you know, and I was playing the Bob Marley music in the background and all that. So it was more like, you know, you're in the mood.
So that's a day's work or half a day?
Well, this I think took a day, you know, because then yeah, other ones that have taken more than like a week and all that, you know. But this, I was really into it. I mean, and it's vibrant and it's alive.
But you say you are an illustrator. What's the difference between that and a painter?
Well, actually, back in school, I majored in illustration and you know, in design, you know. But painters, well, they are the ones who employ the brushes, the oils, and you know, the watercolors and all that. I actually paint with stuff, but I don't paint. I actually use addition and subtractive method of actually doing my work. So I can use a pencil, I can use like charcoal pencil, I can use all that. So it's not a painting, it's just an illustration of...
So can you illustrate me, you know, do you just watch a person and just do it?
I use images, so that if clients don't have images, I take my own shots, and you know, because I know what I'm looking out for in my work, so I take my own shots and then I work on it.
You know, this is a special area. Do we have a lot of people in this kind of business?
I don't really think so. I know people use charcoal to do like, you know, sketches and all that, but I don't know anybody who actually uses to do this kind of you know, stuff that I do. I know there are a few people who are doing it right now, you know, but it's not something that is so
this is something you did too? This
is something I did, and it just took about, I think, a week or something. And I love horses. I'm somebody who just, I think one day I'll own a horse or something. So most of my, you know, animal portraits are like horses, and I think they are magnificent, like, you know, animals, creatures. They are strong and they seem calm too, you know. So this is one of my best work. I call it my masterpiece. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
So what is it? Is it a he or a she?
It's called Athena. So
Athena.
Athena.
So what is Athena saying?
No, you know.
I mean, when you look at it,
you just see Athena in her majesty. I mean, it just looks majestic and everything, and it's taking her stride and everything. And what actually worked for me was what you see underneath, you know, Athena. There was a lot of dirt or something, and when it was taking it to walk and all that, and it looks calm and everything, but it's really a strong horse.
So this is the exact picture of something that you've seen?
Yeah, I saw it some time back, some years ago, and then I just knew that I wanted to work on it in charcoal, you know. So you see, and then I use a paper that is not a white paper. It's golden brown paper, you know. So I can use the white for the white areas over there, you know. So yeah, sometimes I change my paper colors and all that. I can use blue, I can use black and all that to achieve whatever I want to achieve, not just white.
Cool. Yeah. So you went to school for this, did you?
I didn't go to school for this. I trained myself to do this. What I read in school, I read publishing, right? But then I majored in design illustration, so it's graphic design and, you know, illustrating with pen, ink, you know, and pencil. But I saw this some time back, some years ago, online, charcoal art, and I fell in love with it because I just like the fact that you're using something that people don't really know, and you know, so that was it.
Is this the coach who is to be sacked or not?
This is the coach that
really
is taking some heat, you know. I did it for him last season when he won the title, so I sent it to him. and he responded with an email
Oh,
that he thanks me.
wow.
So it's
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah.
This is nice. So what was this? So this was like in a celebratory mood, or
actually
proud?
he had a photo shoot like with the Daily Mail or something, and normally what happens is that after they do the interviews, they take the images offline. But I was quick enough to have grabbed this particular mood or something, and I picked it. And I decided to do it for him. So I took a little while to get this thing down for him.
What did he say in his response?
Well, he just said that he was very happy for what I'm doing and the fact that I thought about giving it to him, you know. So I DHL'd it to him, and you know, and I have been to Stamford Bridge before. Like actually, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I knew all those addresses and all that.
You know, you're the right guy supporting the wrong team. That's all.
Well,
but ideally,
you have to be with them when they're down there. You know what I'm saying? So.
Ideally, how much would this cost?
Well,
a lot of money, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 3,000 Ghana cedi,
okay.
and it's pretty much like not so big, you know. So bigger ones probably could go, you know, more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is intense, man.
This is intense.
Who is this?
This is something else that I saw somewhere, and people have been asking me who exactly it is and all that, because to have a nude like that is that intense, you know. But it's something I saw somewhere, and I thought it was.
So what, you just saw you saw a picture?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because seeing it could be, you know.
No, I mean,
like you lived it.
I've actually had somebody post for me like that before, and like a friend. I mean, she thought, you know, it was cool, you know. But the whole thing about this work is not even just about the nude. I focus more on the folds over here. That was a lot of work. This work took like 98 hours to get done. It's huge, and I'm not so much focusing on what we see. You know, I focus on the fact that it's a half nude, and it's not like totally nude. And then the person is like in a state where she doesn't even know that the
like
sheets
a very
are off.
vulnerable state.
Yeah, vulnerable state. The sheets are off. She doesn't know that, but that's what we see. You know, so it's one of my best works too, because it took a lot of time for me to do that, and I really liked it. I've had the picture for like 4 years until I decided to do it right now.
Wow. Amazing. So, you know, would you advise people to get into this area? Is there a market for what you do?
There is a market for what I do. You know, the thing about these things is that it takes time. It took me 5 years before I had my first exhibition 2 years ago. I knew that I had to take my time to actually get to the level that I thought was going to be appreciated. You know, it takes time, and people don't have time, but I have time. You know, it's a lot of patience and a lot of, for me, I do a lot of travel, because then when you go out there, you see things that don't apply to what we do in Ghana here. And so I pick up a lot of things in my travel, and you know, you add to whatever you know, so it works when people know that you're amazing. And then they'll pay you whatever you need to be paid for whatever you've done. Because this is a lot of work, you know, to get it to look like that is a lot of work, you know.
Is that your son,
no,
your kid brother?
That's my very good friend's son, Kojo. You know, I remember when I was doing this work, I'd done just the eyes and the nose and the lips. The little boy saw this thing and said Kojo. And the father was amazed that he could actually see from the eyes, nose, and lips, you know, before I actually got it done. Yeah, but it's one of my best works too, because what you see here is the color of the paper. And what you see over there is the white charcoal. So I actually use the white charcoal to pick out the light areas, and then the color of the paper actually gives you the impression that, okay, there's folds in there or something, you know. And then I applied black, real charcoal wherever it has to be. Yeah. So it's one of my best works. I think
is this a skill that one can learn? Or it has to be inborn?
No. Okay. I believe that every one of us has talents in there. You can be a bead maker, you can be a dressmaker, you can be anything. But when you understand the basics of art, drawing, sketching, you can do anything. Because well, this is intense. I read a lot. I have a big library. It has books just on charcoal. You can learn it. You have to apply yourself to it. You have to really work hard. I don't sleep that much. People.
So this is your job, mainly.
This is my job. This is what I do. This is what I love. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know, people do different kind of, people paint, and sometimes people don't see it as an area where it could make a lot of money, because people are looking at, Charlie, at the end of the month you have to get salary. What if nobody buys any of your paintings?
You know what? When I'm doing works, I think about somebody standing in front of my work, right? And then for people to buy, you have to get into the minds of people. If I was a collector, I was a buyer, what would actually evoke the senses, make me actually go out and buy? It's things like, let's say, if I had to draw a horse and I drew a horse that was just standing there, somebody would probably see that it's a normal horse. But if I see a horse that is actually probably fighting, you know, they have this thing that they do when they raise their legs and it has all those actions in there. It's it would make somebody who is a horse lover go like, I like this particular one because there's a lot of action in there. And like, so you can make money if you are exceptional. You can't make money if you're average, because what I'm trying to do is to be at a level where I have clients all over the world buying my artwork or something, because that's what they know out there. I mean, you have artwork going for like $10,000, $250,000 and all that. So your level has to reach to get to that place where you can make money. I mean, if you did a work in 2 hours and you made like $10,000, that's amazing. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, so to be at a level where people will pay you a lot of money, you have to be that good. You can't just be average. Average doesn't sell. You know.
This one of your pieces too.
Yes, this is a really good friend of mine. I did a project for the family like last year, so this is her work, and yeah,
still using charcoal.
This is all charcoal. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So how long did it take you to do this?
Well, this took a little over 2 days because of this batik thing. I was like intense, you know, to have it flowing, because there were 14 there. To have all those angles looking like, you know, what it's supposed to be, you know, it took a lot of time. But I mean, for the face and all that didn't take that much time. You know.
What's your motivation?
I think that I've always wanted to be somebody who impacted on society, who used anything to impact on society. And I'm not a scientist, I'm an artist. So I asked myself what I can do to actually make a difference, you know, because I have people who just see things and go like, wow. The moment you go wow or something, you're taking notice, so that you probably get interested and ask me how I get here. And I'll tell you about discipline, I'll tell you about hard work, I'll tell you about the fact that I read so much. And these are things that I actually can help people to actually know that, I mean, in everything that you do, I mean, you have to just put in all these things and all that. And, well, I just don't want to disappoint God. I mean, really, I just feel that I can also do something to, you know, add to what society probably, or people are actually doing over here. So it's always what I can do to impact. You know.
All right. You have an art exhibition. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I have my second exhibition, and it's a collection of my best work so far, you know, things that I've picked on my travels. I have been to Singapore twice this year, and it was basically because of art, to get art materials and to see art exhibitions and see how it's organized like internationally, so that I could do something of the sort, you know. So that exhibition, it's about that. It's about what I've done, you know, in the past year.
Okay.
You know.
So you're going to be displaying your works.
Yeah. Sure.
Are you in? Do you have another person also adding?
No, it's just me.
Okay.
I do solo like exhibitions. And all
So
that.
where is this going to happen?
The World Bank office, and it's starting from Friday through to end of January. So it's between that period. So people can go in there anytime to go and check it out.
Okay, so it's open, anybody can just walk in?
It's open, anybody can just walk in and check it out.
And you're selling as well?
Yeah, I'm selling artworks as well.
Okay, all right. So what's the whole idea? I mean, what is this supposed to achieve?
Well, more or less to let people understand that, I mean, art too can work. I mean, it's a career that you can take and it work. I chose portraiture, right? Portrait art, this is all portraiture, but you could also be so good that what you do would be like interior design, it could be interior decoration, it could be animation, it could be furniture design, it could be anything. I mean, art is just so broad, so that all you need is to be able to do the basics well, understand, you know, form, understand, you know, line, understand all these things that actually help you to be like on point, you know. So it's just to let people know that, I mean, I appreciate the sciences, all the other ones, but I think that people who have artistic inclinations should be able to do things like that, not to go and be somewhere else where they will struggle, because there are people out there who I went to school with who are probably not doing the same thing that I'm doing, because they felt pressure, they felt that, you know, time is of the essence, and, you know, I need to get married, I need to get this, I need to get that. But I don't do that. I just have to take my time and do something, because I know that it will take a long time for me to achieve that aim, but I just have time. You know?
I tell you what, you're a piece of motivation.
Really?
Yeah. I wish we could draw you as well.
Oh, really?
But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you for sharing some of your most treasured.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to say paintings.
Works
With us. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it opens tomorrow, Friday, from 9 a.m. You say?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so from 5 p.m. I mean, through to January ending. So you can just walk in anytime and just check stuff out.
All right. Have you got a website?
It's actually under construction.
Facebook?
Yeah,
Okay.
Facebook, I have Instagram. Instagram is Fine Strokes, as in
Fine Strokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook is just Kendall and Chroma. You know.
Facebook is Kendall and Chroma.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Up next, another issue that I'm so passionate about. I'm excited. We're talking respiratory tract infection. It's a very serious matter in children, particularly these times. And I've got the perfect doctor to tell us and share details of this with us. Stay with us. My banner is up next.